And we're live on a Sunday afternoon as we get set for baseball here in the South Texas region as we have the final game between the Corpus Christi Hooks and the San Antonio Missions. We're back with the first pitch coming up right after this from Dr. Pepper. Taking the hill is a lefty, Jay Grome. And Bob, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So we see Grome as a fastball thrower, and he is really good on pitch command and everything that is going pretty good. Well, we're getting our first viewer coming in as we're about ready to go. Rerun Trading, hello, how are you? Nice, first like, thank you very much. Well, we're about ready to go on this beautiful, hot Sunday afternoon. Final game out of this 7-game homestand between Corpus Christi and San Antonio. And let's play ball. Here is the first pitch by Jay Grome, and we are underway as that one is high fly in the air, just left center. And it's the center fielder that will make the play for out number one. Well, the chance now, let's give the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks the starting lineups. And so far, Bob, the final game of this 7. And what do they need to do to claim a win here? Well, I got to say, if they could get the win here this afternoon, it would be very nice if they can. For going home and playing Tulsa and San Antonio heads west, IH-10 going towards Midland. That's high fly in the air. In right field is Joshua Mears, and he'll make the play. And quickly 2 retired for this afternoon. That'll bring in the center fielder, Jordan Brewer. As we continue on this top half of the first inning. Corpus Christi in their dark royal blues and grays. San Antonio in their home whites. Right there and inside for a strike, and the count now 0-1. Got fans watching from Corpus Christi. Midland as well. The Rockhounds playing a doubleheader against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. So far, Wichita at Frisco. They will start today at 4:05. It's the first pitch. Brewer now, no balls and 2 strikes to count. So far, temperature-wise here this afternoon, a hot 85 degrees. So it's important that you drink water and ice-cold waters and Gatorades, no sugar. Yeah, no, sugar will make you dehydrated in a matter of minutes. So it's important that while you're at the ballpark, you got to make sure that you drink your water and Gatorades. You need H2O and electrolytes. It's going to be right there, right up to right field, and that'll get through for the base hit. That'll put runners at second and third now. With 2 back-to-back hits, that will put 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. That'll bring in Brian Arias as he comes in, and a pitch to him. Right there outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The first 2 guys were retired due to flyouts. And so far, Corpus Christi down to their final out here in the top half of the first inning. With 2-1, they can make a pretty good change to get their first couple of runs in this half inning. Well, it just depends whether if this one guy, Brian Arias, comes in and hits one far out there. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the count now. Partly cloudy skies, 85 degrees, feels like a basic 90. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled and away, and the count now 2-2. 2 out, 2 on here in the top half of the Corpus Christi first inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and they get out of danger, as that will be the side retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left, as we now head for the bottom half of the first. On this Sunday afternoon, you're watching Texas League Baseball with Hooks and San Antonio Missions. Well, Corpus Christi will call up their righty, Joe Record, as he is a 6'3", 232, age 28 right-hander. We'll get the call for the Hooks here this afternoon for Game 7. The center fielder is Tim Lopes as we go to the Missions bottom half of the first inning. So far, it looked like it was supposed to rain today, but I guess all of us got deceived. That severe weather must have been stalled. Well, I gotta say, our eyes deceived us big time. As of yesterday, we had no rain except through Saturday morning, and thunderstorms on Saturday during the morning hours came down pretty good, but you look at the Saturday evening where we played 2 games against Corpus Christi, and so far there was no rain. We had some baseball weather and we did pretty good. Yes, indeed, Bob. It's always good when the weather is nice. You can play your home games, road games. It don't matter where you are in Texas League Baseball. But it's always good to be home, and so far can't wait to be home again. Missions after today, they'll hit the road to Midland. They head I-10 going west to West Texas. They'll be on the bus after today. They head straight to Midland. Franco Park, our first stop of the year. Plus our first play against Midland. And that's going to be right there, and they double tag on a double play. And not the first thing you want to see in this one. So that will be 2 quick outs after the 2 outs. A double tag by the first baseman. And that'll bring in right fielder Joshua Mears as he takes a ball outside and the count 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. And here's a pitch by Record. And that is right there, he went. And the count now 1-1. So far, Midland up in first place. Tulsa tying up with Arkansas. I imagine they won last night against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. We'd have to look at final scores on that one. That's going to be right there to third as he'll zip line it right to first, and that will do for the inning is over. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left as we go now to the top of the second for Corpus Christi. It is no score through 1. Alex McKenna will start up the top half of the second inning for Corpus Christi. And here's the pitch. That one right there and inside. And the count now 0-1. Hook fans, you're in for a real treat. The Corpus Christi Hooks are back at Bayfront Park as they start up a 6-game homestand between the visiting Tulsa Drillers. So far, Tulsa and Corpus Christi will start at 6:35 p.m. So far, San Antonio at Midland, they will start their first of a 6-game set against the Midland Rockhounds beginning on the Tuesday morning. Right there at 11 a.m. And so far, you guys can catch our live stream and broadcast right there at Franco Park, home of the Midland, Texas Rockhounds. Here is Scott Schreiber now, as he fouls one off, and the count now is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. 15 pitches now for Jay Grome. And a pitch. That one is right there, and that'll go out of play and foul. So the count now 0-2. Oh, 0-2 one more time. And right there he gets them. And 2 up, 2 down. Here in the top half of the Corpus Christi second. So Springfield at Tulsa, they will play their last game. The Drillers will head to South Texas, to Corpus Christi. And San Antonio heads west to Midland. So far, Amarillo heads to Frisco after their last game today with Wichita. Here's 0-1. That one high fly in the air, and that will head out of the ballpark. And the count now 0-2. Great fans we have here today. We got both sides, Corpus Christi and San Antonio. That is line drive to the first baseman, Juan Fernandez. And that's an easy 1-2-3 inning. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors for Corpus Christi here in this half inning. We now head for the bottom of 2, still no score.
Leading off for the Missions, the first baseman.
First baseman is Juan Fernandez as we get set for the Missions home of the second inning. That's going to be right there to the shortstop. He'll throw him right to first, and that is easily for the out.
Third baseman,
And that's going to bring in the fifth batter, the hot corner man, Lucas Dunn. It's always important for this prospect, and his key role is to always play the hot corner. Any thoughts about him, Bob? Well, it is always important that a guy like him has the hot plate for a reason. The hot corner is the most important spot as a third base diamond, and that's what he's got. He's got a most important role of making sure that he keeps that place protected. Indeed. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lucas Dunn. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he'll get him chasing at 1 ball and 2 strikes. We got to give our shout outs today. Rerum Trading is the first, so he gets the first shout out for a Sunday afternoon. And pretty remarkable, he gets in before our live stream. So far, always good to have some baseball fans come in. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe for more Texas League baseball. We are live Tuesday through Sundays, whether if we're at home or on the road. It don't matter where we are. That's going to be high fly in the air. And right there in left field as he'll make the play, and easily 2 are retired in the bottom half of the San Antonio second. That's going to bring in the DH, Grant Little. Little coming in and ready to go. And a pitch. And that's going to be high fly in the air. And the center fielder will get in left field to make the play, and he's got it for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on as we head for the top of the third inning for Corpus Christi. It is still no score. The catcher is CJ Stubbs as we have 9-1 and 2 due up for the top half of the third inning for the Hooks. And so far, pretty good. 1 ball, no strikes to CJ Stubbs. He's the first man to bat here in the top of the third inning. That one fouled off, and that will be the count now, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and boy, he's really going after it. There's no contact, and so far there's a lot of batters just going up and down. The first 6 go down, retired, and still looking as we're about to get our 9 with this first 3 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Here is the 2-2. High flying in the air. Hot corner third baseman Dunn is ranging after it. He's got it, and he'll make the play.
Now batting, shortstop, Rae.
That'll bring up the shortstop as we head for the top of the Corpus Christi batting order. Greg Kessinger coming up. And a pitch. Right there and inside. Called for a strike. And the count now 0-1. 85 degrees. Feels like it's 92. What do you think, Bob? Well, I think you're pretty much right out there. But just a few degrees shy of that 90. Yep. Right there, line drive, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And they will get him out at second as he tries to snag second base on a double. 2 up, 2 down. The left fielder, Fabian, will get him out. By golly, that was a good play. That'll bring up Will Wagner. Wagner comes in, and he's going to have one. High fly in the air, up in right field. As center field Lopes will come in relief. Support or reinforcements of the right field area to give his right fielder a helping hand. It's a good thing to always have a helping hand when you're out there in right field. The right fielder has always got roles, so is everybody else on the playing field. Here's Jordan Brewer now as he comes in and he takes one well and inside for a cold strike. Gets 0-1. So far, everybody going here in the Texas League. And the pitch. That one inside for a cold strike. It is 0-2. We just received a Facebook post from the Frisco Rough Riders. Today, their game and final against the Wichita Wind Surge has been canceled. So pretty much everybody that got tickets to that game should see a ticket exchange for a future Rough Riders game up there in Frisco. Yeah, and it's important that we tell all of our fans that if one game is canceled, you can always make sure that you go to our box office and get a brand new ticket for a game. Yes, it's always important. The number 7 batter is Jackson Merrill. And so far today is Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. And as we come back next week, or 2 weeks from now, as we take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles, we want to make sure that you come out. Every Sunday will be Bark in the Park week. So bring your four-legged, I'm stuttery a little bit today, but that's all right. Make sure you bring out your four-legged friend to the ballpark. We'd love to see your dog, and so far, we'd love to see photos of your dog. We're also doing a fundraiser to support local animals that have been abused, beaten, and neglected. We want to make sure that we give that to the ASPCA for a good cause for animals in need to get a second chance. Yes, and it's always important. There is no room, and I'm saying it, no room whatsoever that you beat a dog or you abuse them. The abuser should belong in jail right where he belongs. I agree with you, Bob. There is no fashion or whatever to beat a dog. You beat them until they're dead, and you know that is a mistake, and it's a felony here in Texas. It very much is. If they catch you abusing an animal, you're only putting yourself in more trouble than it already is. You're risking yourself going to jail and having to pay a $1,500 fine for your costly mistake in your attitude. I do agree. Well, Michael Cantu coming in as he takes one right there. And the count now 1-1. So, St. Bernards and German Shepherds are my favorite. Those are your favorite dogs, right, Bob? I will always love my St. Bernard because he reminds me of our favorite, Beethoven. I love Beethoven. He was my 1990s favorite. You know, and also we do support a living legend by the name of Charles Grodin. He died 2 years ago, and so far today we remember him as the legendary George Newton. Yeah, he was a really good guy. But we're going to have to take a quick pause here, as that will do for this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. As we head now for the top of the fourth inning for Corpus Christi. It is no score through 3. Well, Matthew Barefoot coming in. He doubled in the first inning, and it's a 1-for-1. And he's going to take one right there and inside for a code strike. It is 0-1. Well, Charles Grodin, he was a great man, and I admired him as being a great man. You know, when we look at Beethoven, and we see that in the start of the movie, the Newtons had lived in a house, but they had no pets. But until this little St. Bernard came and found his true place in the world with George and Alice and Emily and Ted and Rice, they pretty much, they grew a family, but the only thing that they were missing out was the family dog. And so far the kids loved him, and his name was Beethoven, just a St. Bernard. He grew to be a big one too. He scared off bullies, this and that, and he was just a dog that wanted to protect his people. Right there up in left field, and that'll get through for a 1-out base hit as we continue onward. Yeah, and Beethoven, he didn't put up a no-nonsense. This dog will go out, scare the 3 kids that were picking up on Ted, and yeah, so far he didn't mess with nobody. If you mess with him, you better be lucky that that dog doesn't come back or bite you in the butt or bite you in the private part. You know, you're being funny, Bob, but I don't know if Beethoven is that mean. Well, if you make him mean, he would have. You got good points there, Bob. Yeah, I sure do. Here's a pitch. High fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. 2 outs, runner at first here in the top half of the fourth inning for Corpus Christi. Here's a pitch. That one high fly in the air, and that will go out of play. So the count now 0-2. No, when my mom was around, Bob, and even though today we celebrate Mother's Day as well. Well, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And also, I would love to tell you to say Happy Mother's Day for Annie for me. I will definitely do that. And that's high. Right there. That's a moonshot. It's out of here. And Corpus Christi rounds at least 2 on a Scott Schreiber 2-run home run. Hook score first. And what a good way of them getting on the board first as well. Pretty remarkable as Schreiber just rounds the bases on that 2-run shot. Here is the 8-hole cleanup batter, Zach Daniels, as he comes in and takes one in for strike one. He lined out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Well, if you're listening to us on YouTube Live or also the radio as well, Corpus Christi is up 2 runs against San Antonio. So 2-0 Hooks here in the top half of the 4th inning. No balls, 2 strikes to Daniels as he takes one in. So far, Jay Grome is looking like he's getting a little bit tired. It might be the heat taking it out on him. But we'll see a new pitcher come and in the 5th inning as we get set for a brand new reliever. Well, a Scott Schreiber 2-run home run will give Corpus Christi the lead here in the top of the 4th inning. It is 2-0 Hooks. John Scampy and Chris Singleton will be live at Midland as they start a 6-game homestand beginning at 11 a.m. Tuesday morning against the Rockhounds. So pretty good as we get set for a 6-game road set. We're back home after that, taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. One of my work buddies says, "Oh, well, I don't like that name. That's a weird name that they gave the Amarillo Texas League team their name." And what are we supposed to do about that? I mean, we didn't vote for that name. I mean, Amarillo City Council did. They were given the name during the month of December back in 2018. As San Antonio was wrapping up their 14 years of being a Padres affiliation here. They went to AAA in 2019 and 20, but evidently the 2019 season was full swing and 2020 was just immediately canceled following the events of COVID-19. Pretty much a deadly disease that pretty much took the Texas League and all the other leagues out there out of commission. Yeah, that was really bad when something like that usually happens. But evidently, as we go by, and we will get better. I agree, Bob. Every day counts when we all work together and we make sure that we are staying healthy. We are doing pretty good at that. We have a lot of people coming to the ball game. But evidently, COVID was just a minor bug going around. Yeah, I agree. That's high fly in the air. And right there up in right field is the right fielder will catch that ball. And that would be 2 away. Well, somebody will get a ground roll double. And he's out there at second base. So that's a coupon for a double meat cheeseburger courtesy of your friendly neighborhood Whataburger. Whataburger is served hot and fresh for all of the people of San Antonio, and so far it is good to have a hamburger joint. First hamburger joint was made in Corpus Christi during the 1950s. We'll talk about that more as we head for the top of the 5th inning. The Hooks are out in front by 2-0. CJ Stubbs coming in as he popped out in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1 as he will lead off the top half of the 5th inning. It is 9-1-2 in this half inning. And the pitch right there and inside for a code strike. It is 0-1. Well, we have the manager and the pitching coach coming out. And so far, that will do for the starter for Jay Grome. Well, Grome, he immediately works his five innings, but evidently he was getting started. The pitching coach and manager goes out, and they will give the ball to the reliever, Moises Lugo. Right-hander, 6'1", 185 pounds. I do believe he is age 24. Well, Moises Lugo is starting, and here's the pitch. That's line drive up to center field for the base hit. Boy, and that ball nearly gets away from the shortstop. And that'll bring in Greg Kessinger. Kessinger coming in. A Taco Bell double play would give you 2 free tacos courtesy of a Missions double play. So you're getting a coupon for that double meat cheeseburger courtesy of that Whataburger double. And so far, anytime the Missions are home and they hit a double, you get 2 bases, and also that double meat cheeseburger coupon is all yours. So, yeah, we're just going to spoil the daylights out of these people that come to a ballpark. Well, define spoil. Well, most likely it's like giving a dog treats all the time without them doing anything. Yeah, you're funny, John. I would say that's I'm trying to figure out that word, but it's a compliment. Yeah, you're right. Right there, that one is fouled off, and the count now 0-2. Well, gotta say, it is a painful sight in Frisco as they their final game against Wichita, and so far, I don't know if they're going to make that up when they meet the next time, or they'll meet up in Wichita. But we'll see what happens. That one right there to Fabian. Had to hustle. Nearly lost that one, nearly. That's going to bring in Jordan Brewer. 1 for 2 single in the first. So far, we always remind our fans that anytime if the Missions cancel a game, you can always exchange the canceled ticket for a new ticket to a future Missions game. Here's the 0-1. And that one high right there. And that ball is getting fair. And Fabian will throw to third, and now you got runners in scoring position, threatening San Antonio once again with second and third, 2 away still in this half inning. Matthew Barefoot coming in as he's going to drive one high fly in the air, and he'll make the play, and that will get him out of danger. Boy, a little more distance, that ball would have been out of here for a 3-run home run, but it does not make enough contact to get out of here. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Bottom half of the 5th inning, Corpus Christi leads 2-0 on a shutout. Third baseman is Lucas Dunn, as he comes in for the bottom half of the 5th inning for San Antonio. 5, 6, and 7 are up and ready in this half inning. The pitch, and that's going to be zipped line right to second, and he's caught it for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Grant Little.
That's going to bring in Grant Little. As he comes in, he lined out in the second inning. He is 0 for 1. We got a good crowd here on this Sunday afternoon, right, Bob? I gotta say, it is a great crowd. Come out to the ball game, enjoy baseball, and also you can win free tickets when you come see us. That's right there, up and right center for a base hit. Boy, and they continue to get it going here. It is very good when you know that you have the tying run coming up, and knowing if he could get that tying run, that would be huge in the score. And that one is also line drive in the center for the base hit. 2-1 and 1 away in this half inning.
Now batting, the left fielder, Albert Fabian.
So that's going to bring in Albert Fabian. Fabian coming in, and he's going to blister one right there, line drive, and here comes the runner. And the run is in to score on an RBI single. And San Antonio now is in reach. Tying run is at second. The go-ahead at first. Still one way in the bottom of the fifth. Corpus Christi 2, San Antonio 1, and that one is right there and inside for a code strike. It is 0-1. This is the 7th and final game of our homestand here today and this week. That's going to be line drive. He steps on the bag, and he'll relay it right there. A Corpus Christi double play. Well, one run comes in across the score on a Fabian single. And we go now to the top half of the 6th inning. Corpus Christi leads this ball game 2-1.
Leading off for Corpus Christi, the third
Brian Arias coming in. He's a 1 for 2 with single and a run. As we start up the top half of the 6th inning for Corpus Christi, and that's going to be line drive and foul. And the count now is 0-1. Boy, can't wait for this ball game, and finally we're off for one whole week. I am so happy. You know, it's a good thing that we enjoy weeks where San Antonio is on the road and they head to Midland, and just can't wait to see them go good at this series. Well, Fabian will make the play in left center as he takes that one for out number 1. A lot of room. He had to hustle. He went 100% after that ball, and he would not let that one touch the ground, not for a mere second. Here's Alex McKenna as he fouls one off, and the count now 0-1. Boy, between both of these two teams here in the South Division, Corpus Christi and San Antonio has this game to whoever it goes to. So that one will go up to center fielder Lopes, and there's 2 quick outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. Well, Scott Schreiber, as we look at his 4th inning, as he hits 2-run home run out there in left field. And boy, I gotta say, he really blistered that ball out of the ballpark. It's pretty good. Now Schreiber comes in, and he takes one inside for a code strike. It is 0-1. A 2-run shot he had back in the 4th. He is a 1 for 2 as he's the 7 batter. And here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air. Up in left center is the Lopes, and he's got it for the out. No runs on a hit, no errors of men left. As we now head for the bottom half of the Mission's 6th inning, it is 2-1 Corpus Christi. Well, we're having a new arm out there on the Corpus Christi hooks, and now bring in Blair Henley. 6'3", 190 pounds, and age 25. As he's called upon to pitch here in the bottom half of 6. Tim Lopes coming in as we start the home half of the 6th inning here this afternoon for San Antonio. And he's going to swing and miss at the initial offering. And that one is called for a strike, and the count 0-1. That one fouled off, and the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. That one high fly in the air. And that will almost touch the ground for the base hit. But evidently the center fielder will be up in left center for the out. That'll bring up Wander Javier. He doubled in the 4th inning and is a 1-for-2. And that one hit the 3rd, and he can't get there. And that's going to be a fielder's choice on a base hit.
The right fielder,
and that's going to bring in Joshua Mears. So a 1-out single continues this half inning here in the bottom half of 6. And that is right there. The second for 1, and they relay it. And that's another double play. Man, that's gotta hurt. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. As we go to the top of the 7th, Corpus Christi continues its lead by 2-1. Well, that'll bring up the 8-hole cleanup batter for Corpus Christi, Zach Daniels. We are 3 final innings in this homestand. And we continue to go strong, but evidently we do trail the 1 run. High flying in the air, up in left field is Fabian as he makes a play for the out. So 1 pitch, 1 high fly, and 1 away in this half inning. That'll bring up C.J. Stubbs. As he singled in the 5th, he's 1-for-2. Lugo now throwing his 20th, and that is going to be fouled off, and the count now 0-1. It is always important that we do have the starter pitcher and relievers that come into this ball game because of the hot weather that we've been getting. Evidently, the month of July, August, and September are the worst months that it'll get extremely hot. And it is always important that you drink lots of water and have electrolytes as well. 1 ball, no strikes to Greg Kessinger. Top of 7, 2 away, nobody on. 2-1 is our score. And that one is hit to Juan Fernandez as he takes it for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors for Corpus Christi. It is time. Take me out to the ball game. The Hooks are out in front by 2-1.
leading up for San Antonio.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Juan Fernandez. Fernandez coming in. And here's the pitch. That one right there outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 righties, Ty Brown and Jonathan Sprinkle, will come in and be warming up for Corpus Christi. Here is the 1-0. That one high flying in the air. And the center fielder will make the play. And that is one away. That'll bring up the hot corner third baseman Lucas Dunn. As he comes in and ready to go. The pitch. That one high in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. Boy, cannot wait to be back home for our next homestand as we get ready to take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles beginning on Tuesday, May 23rd at 7:05. Just can't wait to see everybody back at the ballpark. We get back from Midland, and we're going to have a lot more fun. Our fourth homestand of 2023 is coming, and so far we just cannot wait. Our fourth homestand with Amarillo, and we are pretty much on the rest of the month being on the road as we wrap up the month of May. And here's the pitch. That one is right there, and that will go out of play and foul for the count now 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. And that one right there as he jumps at third, and he gets it. Boy, Brian Arias at the hot corner. That is a really good acrobatic play as he's got it for the final out here in the 7th. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left as we head for the top half of the Corpus Christi 8th. It is 2-1 Hooks. Well, we're getting start for the 8th inning. Here is Will Wagner as we get set right there outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 8,979 in attendance for a Sunday afternoon in this ball game, and a homestand that almost is completed through this week. Well, 4th homestand will be with Amarillo as we will wrap up the month of May here at home. We start Tuesday, June 6th, a 6-game set with the visiting Wichita Wind Surge. That will be most likely our 5th homestand. And right there, Jackson Merrill gets under that one, and he pulls it down for the first out of the inning. Jordan Brewer, he's 2 for 3, double single. Guessing an RBI on top of that. Well, probably he's got an RBI, but evidently he does really good. Well, with the 5th homestand being with Wichita, the 6th one will be with Midland beginning on Tuesday night, June 20th. And a pitch. And that one is going to be blistered. High fly in the air. That's going to get down for extra bases. He's going to first, going to second. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. And he's in for a 1-out triple. Boy, and that ball was hard hit. And now we go to the almost middle half of the lineup. Here's Matthew Barefoot as he takes one right there and inside for a code strike. It is 0-1. The 7th homestand will start Wednesday, June 28th against the Frisco Rough Riders. If I said that, I stuttered a little bit, so I will say Frisco will be here that Wednesday evening as we start up the second half of the 2023 season. Here's the 0-1 right there and inside for a code strike. It is 0-2. So that homestand will go from Wednesday, June 28th through Monday, July 3rd. So missions will be back home on Friday, July 14th through the 16th as we take on Northwest Arkansas. A short 3-game series with the Northwest Arkansas Naturals on that weekend. So far after that, Tuesday, July 25th through the 30th, we will take on Corpus Christi once again. That's high fly in the air. Up and left center is Tim Lopes, and here comes the runner, and that's going to get in for a sacrifice fly on an RBI. So pretty good schedule as we have all of our tickets ready, even for our Saturday, even for weekends, and just come out and enjoy baseball and have a good time. Well, that right there will do for this top half of the 8th inning. And so far, Corpus Christi will get a run on a couple of base hits, no errors. And they lead by 2 here in this top half of the 8th inning, concluding it as well. Well, Jonathan Sprinkle, a righty, will come in as he is a 6'6", 237, age 24, as he gets into this one. The 7-batter, Jackson Merrill. The second baseman is 1 for 2 as he gets set for the bottom half of the 8th. And that's going to be high fly in the air in left field, and that's a 1 pitch, 1 high fly, and 1 away as we get set for this half inning. Well, San Antonio down to their final 5 outs. That'll bring in Albert Fabian as he's 1 for 2. He singled during his last time up. And that one is taken inside for a code strike. It is 0-1. Devin Kahn is warming up, a right-hander. Coming in for another reliever. He may come up in the bottom half of the 9th inning. I mean, that is my educated guess. Well, he might be in there to come into this one. Gotta say, that's gonna be pretty good. And that one is too high outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Give you final scores. And so far, I do believe that we have the final scores right now to give. So common courtesy, we do have it. Frisco and Wichita are postponed. Just a FYI to let you know. Right there, line drive up the center, and now gets through for a base hit. So a 1-out single continues this half inning, and that'll bring in the tying run. Missions need a 2-run shot to tie the ball game. That'll bring up the 9-batter catcher Michael Cantu. And that's going to be lifted high fly in the air. Left fielder running after it. He makes the play. And that is another 1 pitch and high fly out. Tim Lopes, the center fielder, single in the first, is 1 for 3. Now, so far, we'll go ahead and give you a score. Boy, and the Rockhounds, they really gave it to Amarillo today. Final score from Water Ridge Field, 13-1. Wow, that was a real butt kicking of a lifetime as Amarillo gets smacked in the face 13 times on those 13 runs. I agree. Well, right there, that will conclude this half of the 8th. And we now head for the last inning of the day and homestand. We're up to the top of the 9th with Alex McKenna as he leads us off 6, 7, and 8. I was going to say he was in the 9th spot, but he's not right there. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, and that's going to be right there. And that will go up to left field for a base hit. Well, center fielder Tim Lopes has to intervene to getting back in. And so far, he got in there, and he's got it made. Well, so far with Amarillo having their doubleheader against Midland, they will split a series. Amarillo will win the first of a doubleheader, 10-1 the final for game 1, and losing 13-1 in game 2. So these days are high-scoring games when you see 10-1 and 13-1, which that is pretty good numbers when you look at it. I remember back in the year of 2018, gotta say that one right there was pretty good. I do apologize. I got a important phone call right now. Let's see. My dad was calling me. Here's the 0-2 to Scott Schreiber. Swing and a miss, and boy, he gets him down. So, 1 up, 1 down here in the top half of the 9th. The runner still holds at second. And Zach Daniels comes in. Here's the 0-for-3, a fly out in the 7th inning. We'll take a quick pause. We'll go to our break. And we will see y'all back in just a minute.
and I was gonna send it, and I forgot.
Uh-oh. No.
So,
Yeah, that's all right. Well,
you can use it when you get it, okay?
okay.
Okay. Have you heard from David?
I haven't heard from him.
Well,
He's in his new place not far from me.
he's not.
Yeah, he's somewhere around here. I haven't got the new address just yet, but he's here in San Antonio somewhere.
Yeah, well, good.
Well, good thing he's not in New Braunfels anymore, let me tell you.
Why?
Well, that's kind of a ways, it's about 18 miles from here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, y'all take care of David, 'cause he can't take care of himself.
Yep.
He just don't. He's like your mother. He just can't take care of himself.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, I'm glad you're doing good.
Yes. Yep.
So anyway,
Well, hope you had a great Mother's Day and your day was very, very special.
well, we'll talk at you later then.
Okay.
Bye, darling.
Goodbye. I love you, Grandma.
I love you too.
All right. Good night. Yep. Always got to talk to my grandma and wish her a happy Mother's Day. It's always special that we have moms out and stuff. But anyway, we're back with Texas League Baseball. Just got off the phone with my grandma on this Sunday afternoon. And yes, Bob, you heard me and her talking? Yeah, it's pretty nice that you call your grandma. Wish her a happy Mother's Day. And so far, we support all the moms out there. And yes, I know it's been hard for you, John, as you lost your mom. Last year, was it? Yep, it was last year. But hopefully her heart was right. Well, we are going to get ready and continue this ball game here on this Mother's Day afternoon. And so far, let's get her going. Zach Daniels will come in as he takes a code strike one, and it is 0-1. Corpus Christi up by the 3 runs, but they lead 2 against San Antonio. And that one is inside for a code strike. It is 0-2. The pitch. That one high fly in the air. In shortstop near third is Javier, as he'll make the play to record the out. 2 up, 2 down. Corpus Christi down to their final out here in the top half of the 9th inning. CJ Stubbs, he's 1 for 3. He singled back in the 5th inning. And so far, 1 out remains for Corpus Christi, 3 remain for San Antonio. 0-1. And the pitch right there and inside for a code strike. It is 0-2. Pretty good afternoon. The hot afternoon coming right on us. That one right there. Line drive to Mears, and he makes a play, and that does it. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man stranded off at second. As we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning, it is 3-1 Corpus Christi.
Your attention, please.
Well, Devin Kahn will be the last man of the Corpus Christi Hooks to be a reliever on the hill as we start the bottom half of the 9th inning.
Leading off for the
Wander Javier coming in as he's 2 for 3, a double and a single. 2, 3, and 4 due up, bottom of 9 for San Antonio. Right there and inside for a coach strike, it is 0-1. Well, glad you guys came out to the 7-game homestand. We played all 7 games against Corpus Christi. And so far we had 2 doubleheaders. We had a doubleheader on Wednesday night and Saturday as well. So far, we love doubleheaders. They are pretty good. Right there outside, the count now 2-2. Well, we are back as we take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles beginning 2 Tuesdays from now. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get up to center field for a base hit.
now batting, right fielder, Joshua Mears.
And that's going to bring in the right fielder, Joshua Mears. Mears coming in. And he takes one high and inside for a coach strike. It is 0-1. He grounded out in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. That is Mears. He's got a runner at first, but he is the tying run. And that one is outside. That'll even things at 1-1. The pitch. That one high and inside for a coach strike. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this 7-game homestand, and so far we cannot wait to see y'all again when we meet, as San Antonio will take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles beginning on Tuesday, May 23rd at 7:05. But anyway, after this ball game, Missions head to Midland. First time around of 2023. And pretty good. That's right there. The second for 1. And they relay it in a double play. A 4-6-3 that kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And that's just the old saying, you can have 1 stone, but you kill 2 birds with it. So gotta say, that one right there was a real butt kicker. Juan Fernandez coming in, and he takes that one high, but he gets out. And Corpus Christi will win the final game here in this homestand. Well, Hooks go home. They go to Water Ridge Field. Or, nope, that's Amarillo, but you wish they played in that one, but they do when they go out and see Amarillo. They go to Bayfront Park, Tulsa Drillers in a 6-game homestand. So all of Corpus Christi fans will see Tulsa at Bayfront Park there in Corpus Christi, just off of the bridge of IH 38. Well, this was Texas League Baseball on this Happy Mother's Day. So far, everybody is on the road. Final score from the industry, it's Corpus Christi 3 and San Antonio 1. Have a good day, and see y'all in 2 weeks. Also, Happy Mother's Day.
Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 42 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.